Depends really on the context of our relationship. If it's someone that I feel I am close with, I already have rapport with, and I feel will better benefit from a more
Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, mga ka-YSchool. Ngayon, meron na naman tayong special guest na lagi naming tatanggapin kung kailan niya gustong sumama sa aming episode. Let's all welcome Denise!
Yay!
Hi, Den!
Hi!
Galing sa kanyang travels to save the world.
Sa Zoom.
Thank you for always having me, YSchool. Gusto kong sumali ngayon sa inyong session kasi I feel that this is really an important topic, not just for fresh college graduates, but for everyone in every stage of their careers. So this session, the nights, or this afternoon's, or this morning session is going to be about interview questions. So the really tough ones, we're going to try to go through them among us four. And ayun, actually I do want to also learn how to advocate for myself for promotions, and how do we also help millennials, graduates to go through the motions of interviews, lalo na ngayong na mahirap yung hiring ngayon, mahirap yung conditions, yung job market.
Yeah. Tapos hindi lang naman din to hindi lang naman to sa naghanap ng trabaho, yun din. Kunyari ako sa gobyerno, tsaka actually ngayon sa ibang private na work, a-applyan mo talaga yung promotion mo. Hindi siya binibigay sa'yo agad-agad ng boss mo. So, kung gusto mo umangat pa, you will also succumb to the same set of questions din ng regular job interviewer, and gusto namin ready kayo. So ayun,
Kasi
without
boss,
further
hard to get. Makiri dyan, hindi.
Lang, konting tips lang para hindi kayo masyadong kabahan sa mga important interviews of your life, of your career. Yes.
Yes. So sige, ako yung mag-interview sa inyong lahat, and also myself.
Si boss Hatorni ang mag-interview sa akin.
Okay, so for
Hatorni
Miss Dayan
HR.
Asho.
Yeah, Hatorni HR.
Yan, Miss Dayan Asho.
Feeling ko parang Miss Universe
good morning,
episode to.
afternoon, evening.
Ayan. Oh, ikaw na, Dayan.
Okay, ito na. Okay, Miss Dayan Asho. What are your greatest weaknesses?
Hi, good morning, Miss Ayuyao. So, to answer that question, I think my greatest weakness as a professional is my impatience. I have this tendency to want things to be done right away, and sometimes my impatience would lead me to do things on my own that I would forget to delegate or help other people's, or ask help from other people, or consult people who are more experienced or my superiors. So sometimes because of my hastiness to get things done, yun nang nangyayari minsan, di ba nga, haste makes waste. Ang nangyayari, minsan nagkakaroon ng mga mali dun sa work output. But the good thing about it is that I like things to be resolved quickly, especially if there are issues that needs to be discussed right away between counterparties. And I always take the lead on resolving things right away.
So from negative po, ginawa niyang positive po yung weakness daw niya. Pero actually totoo yun, nagsasabi po ng totoo si Dayan. Hindi po yung spiel kung mag-i-interview si Dayan balang araw. Talagang medyo impatient siya, pero she really wants things done po talaga agad. In fairness po, we attest. Wow.
Kung tatanungin kayo about, yeah.
Sa question na yun, parang input ko lang na hindi ka dapat magsisinungaling. Kailangan honest ka din for saying it. Kasi, usually in your interviews, you would always brag about your strengths. Pero kapag weakness, parang medyo kinukonceal natin. Pero it's better to be honest about it. But at the same time, turn that negative into positive.
Yes.
Diba?
Mr. Magundayaw, your turn. Can you tell me about a difficult work situation and how did you overcome it?
Okay, well, I had a shoot with a TV show that I'm not going to to say what the TV show is because I want to keep working. It was a very long shoot. It was a shoot for 17 hours straight. I think that was like a very difficult shoot for everyone because they didn't give us food up until like 9 hours after we started, and then we were just waiting. I think we only filmed for like 20 minutes and we were waiting for the rest of the time. So that was very difficult because you get to see people in many different shades when they've been working for 17 hours. Some of them are cranky, some of them are sleepy, some of them are just like chatty and everything. So for me, when I get into a difficult situation like that, I really pay attention to how I react to the situation. I don't usually react with my knee-jerk reaction because I want to care about the people I'm around, and I want to make sure that production goes smoothly without me like pulling any tantrums. So for me, when I'm faced with something difficult at work, I actually try to center myself, I try to calm myself down, and I try to find ways on how I can continue to do the job without losing myself. So yung mga ganun, gusto din kasi makita ng boss mo na your experience not only with the job but with dealing with people. Kasi syempre, di ba, madaming mga tao dyan na they're good workers by themselves. Pero kapag yung mag-i-interact sa ibang tao, teamwork and everything, it all falls apart. Na ganun. So, and like, I mean, sa kultura natin ngayon, we all need to be in teams. Hindi mo siya maiiwasan.
It's important also what you did na you don't name names kasi that's a no-no. Napakaliit ng mundo.
Yes.
So, it's the likelihood na your interviewer has worked with others who you've worked with, diba?
Yeah.
If you give them enough clues, they might be able to connect the dots, and that's a no-no. Kasi if you're willing to speak ill of someone explicitly, diba? To maybe to a stranger or someone else, they'll think, okay, can I trust them?
Exactly.
Diba? When they get into this new job position.
Yeah. Kaya kapag may chismosa, lumalayo ako eh. Kasi, ba't ka mag-aalaw ng hindi mo itatrust sa buhay mo, di ba? Life lesson.
Tsaka sa corporate world, malakas ang chismisa. Anyway, sa office setting, di ba? Yung, anong latest chika dyan, di ba? Yun yung parang small talk nyo eh. So, yeah, as much as possible, you really have to be careful about saying bad things about other people.
Okay.
Ay, sinong sunod natin interviewing? Ay,
Ito na, ang ating guest.
Yeah, ang ating guest. Okay.
Botanilla, good morning. So,
Good morning.
I want to
Attorney
ask-
Lilia.
yes. I want to ask you, what would you do when you are faced with a difficult client as well as when you are dealing with difficult coworkers?
In my 10 years in development work, I think it's unavoidable that you run into conflict or tension with somebody that you work with. I think conflict and tension is unavoidable in any work setting, for that matter. And I've had my share, certainly, of some people who don't, let's just say, who don't make it easy sometimes to have an easy working relationship with. I think what I do is I tend to be, it depends really on the context of our relationship. If it's someone that I feel I am close with, already have rapport with, and I feel will better benefit from a more personal or private approach, then I'll try to do it. If it's someone who will benefit from a more straightforward approach, na mas above the table, then I meet them in a more professional manner first. But sometimes, if it's really, if I think that this person has crossed the line, then I'll have to also follow the regulations of my company. I also have to respect myself, respect the institution enough to do something formally. Maybe file a complaint, go to the proper person, report it to my supervisor.
Parang gusto kong mag-follow-up question kung ako yung HR. Parang,
Wow.
already,
Naka-panel interview.
that led you to do the process of filing a complaint.
Filing a complaint, yeah.
Ever experienced that? O,
Sorry.
syempre, mausisa yung HR.
Sorry, can you
Ano,
repeat
sir?
the question, please?
Makita siya,
Ulit,
makita.
Sorry, kung ako yung HR, mag-follow up ako. So, have you ever done that process of really filing a complaint?
Fairness, alam mo kay Denise na talagang humahawak na siya ng tao, no? Pag ganun yung tono talaga ng
Mhm.
Ganun ba?
May mga documentation na and all. Alam mo na, na to. Pang-managerial, supervisory level na.
Nagka-hire na kasi ako, kaya siguro.
diba? Oo, yun nga eh. Pag gano'n na yung tono, alam mo na, ano na talaga to, experienceado na tao talaga to.
At saka
Pero-
that's a way to protect yourself and the company as well. Kasi kung halimbawa meron kayong mga difficulties ganyan, I mean down the line hindi mo naman masabi, 'di ba? Ito bang empleyadong ito, is he or she going to make a big stink out of this? Na yung tipo bang he or she will take down everything na social media, mga sisiraan. At least kapag
Yes.
yung meron kang documentation na ganyan, kung kailangan mo ng corporate communications or like ng PR, halimbawa may mga emergency na ganyan, at least mapapakita mo na, okay, according sa documentation namin, at this date, at this time, ganito yung ginawa ng kumpanya, why was this appropriate, bakit ba ganito yung ginawa namin, ganyan. Yung para bang you're not going to get caught red-handed na parang, oh, I don't know, yung ganon, di ba? Kasi syempre, daming question yun eh.
Oo, I think it's important na evidence rather than emotions yung magli-lead.
Mhm.
Tawag dyan, syempre, unavoidable minsan yon na may mga ganong instances, but yun, as much as possible, parang you prevent that from happening.